Hi, it's a crafty chick, and thanks for joining me today on our live Facebook Friday. Today we're going to continue our review of the Follow Your... And, hi Beth, I'm just going to make an adjustment here real quick on my... Okay, hopefully we have been connected. Great. So Beth is watching, and she won the free prize for last week. And this week, we will also be giving away a prize at the end of the video for a person who was elected randomly that shared some of my posts. So as you're watching during the week, if you see any of my posts on Facebook or YouTube, you can also view them on my blog. Go ahead and share it with someone, and you can comment shared. Usually I can see, the analytics shows me if someone shared it or not. But it has to be shared from my original post. If you're sharing it from a friend's post who already shared it, then please let me know, so I know that you can get credit for that. And then everyone who shares goes into a drawing, and then randomly a person's name is pulled every week. Sorry, looks like I got dropped off again. And I will select a winner. So today we're going to make a card such as this one called Follow Your Art. And I have this here because we did make this on stage, and the one difference is I don't have this particular little punch that we need to make that, so we are going to modify it. Here is the stamp set we will be using, which is, it starts with art. There's a little bit of a glare. Let's see if I can get rid of that glare. That made it dark. Sorry. Alright, so we'll just muscle through it. It starts with art stamp set, and we are going to use the following stamps in the set. We're going to use this one, and we're going to use the words Follow Your Art. Oh, I have to take that one out. Here it is. And if you hadn't seen my videos, a quick way to do this is to squeeze and peel, and then don't peel this off to put on here. You want to do the opposite. And I've said this a bajillion times online this week, because so many people have been telling me they've had issues, and you have to make sure it's facing the right way, and following the curves helps. So we want it to go this way. Hopefully that's right. Now, that should be pretty simple. We're just using these two stamps, and we're going to use some of the paper. And if you don't have this particular, hi Jen, if you don't have this particular paper, it is the Follow Your Art DSP 149489. Then you can use whatever paper you have in the coordinating colors. It would be, let's see, Pink Flamingo and Bermuda Bay, or Coastal Cabana, Delightful, what is this, Daffodil Delight, and even the gray, the Smoky Slate that would go with it as well. So we're going to choose that background and get one piece. And then I'm also going to use some Bermuda Bay. And I have to confess that Coastal Cabana matches better, but this is what I have available for use today, is the Bermuda Bay in the paper and the markers and everything else. So in order for me to match it, but it's close enough, it'll work. So we're going to get some Bermuda Bay cardstock, which is 13119, and we're going to use that as our card base. Now whenever you use something other than white as your card base, you'll also want to consider putting some white inside the card, just so that it's easy for people to see your message. Not necessary, but always a good idea. And we're going to use the black Momento ink. This is what you want to use when you're coloring with blends. And I wrote that on there so I don't forget. We're also going to use the Whisper White Basic, which is 130. And I don't seem to have a big enough scrap, or do I? Yes, I do. So we'll get a scrap piece of that. And we have to get the other side using a little piece of this. Now you can either use that side or you can use this side. And since I like to conserve paper, I'm going to go ahead and use that particular side. But for the sake of accuracy, this is the side that they used for this strip, but it's such a small strip, and I'm not sure what I will be doing with that designer paper in the future, so I'm going to try it my way using that strip. Okay, so for the markers, we are going to, sorry, I'm trying to put this stuff away. We're going to use the Daffodil Delight. I'm using the light one. And Bermuda Bay Light. And that, oh, sorry, okay, let's go back. I usually give you the numbers, don't I? Okay, the light Daffodil Delight is 144586. And the Bermuda Bay Light is, upside down, 144580. And then we're also going to use the Smoky Slate Light, which is 145054. And we are also using the light Calypso Coral, which is another color that matches, 144042. So these are the coordinating colors that go with that suite. If you don't have those, you should have the same colors in your pencil kit. Go ahead and use those. If you have the ink but not the colors, you can always take a paintbrush that's damp, or you can take your little blender pen and blend in using your ink pads. So that's all we need today. I'm going to get my Stamparatus, which I have become accustomed to using, versus the blocks. You will need that. And I may or may not put some ribbon on here. Just depends on if I want to do that instead of this, if it looks too busy. So we'll just go along with that as we get there. And if I do, it will be the gray granite, since that will probably match the best, which would be 147656. But we'll see. Also, as an option, I have these glitter enamel dots where we might use the bottom to accent it. So that's also an option. That's number 146934. And I think that covers it. So you'll just need to get something to clean your blocks with as well. Nope. As usual, I always forget some things semi-important. We are going to also put the button down in the background. Dear me, I always forget things. We're going to put the button down in the background to add a little bit of interest, and I'm going to go ahead and put that on. I don't like to put these labels on until I'm absolutely... Does that one not have... Whoops. Yeah. Okay, so I kind of goofed that one up. If you goof it up and you lips off, just do half and press it down and then do the other half. And did I line up these holes right? Nope. Sorry, I'm trying to line this up. This is why you do it the way I was suggesting before. Comes out much neater. Like that, okay. There we go. And take the other half of this off. You can see I totally flubbed it up, but that's okay. I don't know about you, but I like watching when people make mistakes on video, because I don't feel so bad after that. They're like, oh good, I'm not the only one who makes a disaster out of everything. And we are going to, you can either rub your marker on here or use your Bermuda Bay ink. And here it is. I knew I took my ink out and then I was looking to see where I put it. Sorry about that. Okay, last time I promised I would be more prepared, and I am a little bit more prepared today than last time. So let's go ahead and get started. First we want to cut this to the right size. So let's see. We're going to cut our 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper in half. It's going to be 5.5, or 5.5 by 4.25. So cut it the long way. And this is hard to do with the phone. So 5.5, and then you can score it or cut it in the middle. Now this piece right here, we're going to make it a bit smaller. So this background piece, we're going to make a 1/2 inch less. So this is going to be 5. I think we want it a little bit less. Let's see, 5.5 by 3 3.75. So that's about right. And then this little piece, that'll be okay under there, will be about a 1/2 inch. Cutting a little tricky, but not impossible. And that looks like it's about 3 inches. Is it longer? Okay, try 4 inches. Better. Okay. And now you're going to need a little scrap of the white. Oh, hi Beth, I'm just seeing your comment. And we're going to make that 3.5 by 2.5. Is mine big enough? Yes, just barely, but it is. Good. So that will be our centerpiece. And then this other piece I will hold on to so that we can use it to the Follow Your Heart insert here. Perfect. Okay, first let's get the stamping out of the way. This is the Stamparatus. And use these magnets to hold it down. And let's figure out where we want this to be. About the center of the page. Right? Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and swing our door shut. Ink up our mark. There we go, with the Momento ink. Trying not to hit the phone. Press. And that came out pretty good. Perfect. All right. And let's get our little slip of paper so that we can do the Follow Your Art on it. Sorry, that was my two magnets sticking together. Not cool. Right in the middle. See if I can get that not to hit the phone. There we go. Okay. Ink it up. Wow, that's a lot of ink. Not sure what happened there, but that just globbed ink all over. Let's try it again. Sometimes that can be a little heavy-handed. Okay, that came out pretty good. And then we're going to use our little button to do the background on this paper. First I'm going to fold this in half so I can see where my paper is going to be divided. And then place this in the Stamparatus. Button, who's got the button? Okay, let's move everything we don't. Okay, this is where I would pause and edit my video. However, can't do that on live. How many of you guys have lost something that was in front of you 3.2 seconds ago? Those are my... No lie. I just lost my button. Probably sticking to something. Okay, we'll use a different size. I will find that one after everything is over with. So in this case, I want to see if this will, using the Coastal Cabana, even though we're using the Bermuda Bay, I want to see this, hopefully this will show up pretty good. And you know what, I'm going to switch to a block so I can, and I'm just going to randomly, that works pretty good. Okay, I'm just going to randomly put this around the paper, and this creates a little bit of an interest to have a background design that coordinates with the rest of the card. And don't worry about some of those messy ones. I can cover up the mistakes. That's what embellishments are for. Okay. Then we are going to get some dimensionals. And we are going to put our paper. We can't even see the buttons. Okay, I'm going to do those buttons again in the corners. Live and learn. So let's just do the buttons all around the edge so they can be seen. Much better. Would have worked better if I had used the larger buttons like I originally intended to, and I had not lost my button stamp. Okay, good enough. Now let's get our dimensionals and just put this on the back of the paper. And since we're going to be holding up something in the middle, I like to put a couple extras pressed down just to make sure they stay. And I like to use my pick your tool to lift up the backings since I don't have any fingernails. And we'll just center this, making sure it's upside right, not upside down, which I have been known to do on occasion. And then we're going to put this one here after we color it. Now this one has a little piece of paper behind it, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. I'm kind of simplifying this a little bit. And I'm going to just color this in a little bit using the light Smoky Slate. I'm not the best coloring person in the world, not even close, but there is a tip that someone gave me that helps me a lot. Basically, you see I'm just doing kind of brush strokes and I'm not coloring all the way, and I'm staying about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch away from the edge so that I don't make a mistake and color outside the lines, which is what I usually do. The other thing is make sure you're using, this is a bigger side. That can be used for a larger area like that, but for this smaller size, I'm going to want to use the little pointier one, and I'm just making lines and trying, and I'm just white. So each of the spools will be colored in gray. Also, for anyone who orders this week's product of the week, will get this week's special. You don't have to order the whole suite. Link to the information if you want to look and see what's in the whole suite. But if you just buy the stamp set, or the stamp set with the framelits, or the stamp set and the designer paper, just coupling 2 of those items out of the whole suite, I will send you a free product just for ordering. And make sure to use this week's hostess code, which I will also post on the bottom. Or the top, wherever the description is. Okay, so I'm going to first use this Coral Calypso Coral. Dyslexia. Neat trick that you can also do. This right here that I'm coloring, you can mask your stamp so that all you print is the heart, or you can fussy cut this part out, and then you just have a cute little heart made of ribbon to put on your card. And that one I colored a little bit outside the lines. Too bad I can't fast forward this. Oh, we're going to put some. That one should be easier, just straight. And put some Bermuda Bay, or if you have Calypso Coral, you can use that. But I don't think anyone's going to notice the difference between the two. One's a little bit lighter shade than the other. And in the original one I colored that in gray, but I'm just going to leave it white in this one because I like the way it looks. Okay, and then we're going to put this on dimensionals as well. And I'll just use 3, 4, and 1 in the middle. Adding 1 in the middle is especially helpful if you're going to be putting this through the mail, because the pressure might cause this to bow in the middle. Not the worst coloring job. Now let's get our little follow your art, and if I can find my scissors. I had them here a second ago, I promise. Alright, here they are. Okay, and these are the Stampin' Up! Snips that you can order. And I don't have the number on me on hand, but you can just look it up online. Just put in snips, and I'm going to just cut the sides like that. And this one I think I will do the same thing for, just so it matches a little bit. Just ever so slightly. Okay, and now this, we're going to put some tear and tape on the back, or you could use glue or snail. And the tear and tape will go right on here. Let's see if I can center this. And then I'll put this piece on dimensionals. And I will just use 2. And put it there. Now I think I might want to put a little doodad in the corner here. Now these are done slightly differently, yet in my opinion they both look pretty good. So whoever's watching this now or later, I would like your opinion to say which one you like better and which one you would prefer to make. And I'm going to put this down here. There. So there you go. There are 2 cute cards made using Follow Your Art stamp set. And we could also cut out any of these little things from this stamp set, or you can fussy cut it from the designer series paper, which I did want to show you just real quick. Let's get that piece. This one and this one. On my site and in the catalog, you can see there is a really cool card made where they cut out these little pieces and adhere them onto the card. And I think that is really cool. So you could fussy cut those and use those on your card as well. And I paper that has pictures on it, such as this one, and anything that has just a background design, you could use that. It doesn't have to be these 2 sheets. Let's get that to stay down. There we go, magic bone folder. All right, so that's our project for today. And don't forget to share the video so that you can get credit. This week's prize is a brand new ribbon. This is really, really pretty. This is in the new catalog, and it was carried over from the last catalog as well. This is Whisper White with silver edging on it. And hi Beth, yes, thank you. I think this one is better too, but I wanted to show a slightly simpler, modified version for some people who might be overwhelmed by doing too many layers and using a punch and so forth, just to show that you could modify it to fit your creativity level if you don't feel like you are an avid crafter. I do agree that the one on the left has a little bit more oomph to it and a little bit more interest. But the one on the right, that's pretty good too. If all the extras, that would work. So, sorry. This is the white, Whisper White with silver edging on it. And today's winner is Paulette E.B. That was the winner that came up when I did the random.org for all the comments. Oh yes, thank you, Beth. I like these too. So congratulations, Paulette. This roll of ribbon is yours. Thanks so much. And don't forget to share this video so you can get credit for next week's drawing, starting today, since I already did the prize for this week. Thanks for joining me today on my Facebook Live. And a special shout out to Beth and Jen for joining me today on the live version. And for you both and anyone who watches later, thanks so much for joining me, and I wish you a very happy crafting day. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.